A warm welcome to you, mighty souls, and thank you for joining me at Cosmic Wisdom. I ask you to focus, to gather your formidable energies, because the message we explore today is one of extraordinary significance, sent from the very heart of the universe and directly to the soul of Leo. If this message has found you, it is by divine providence. There are no coincidences in the grand, intricate design we call reality. The universe has guided you to this space at this very moment to receive an important piece of cosmic information. Before we dive into the deep waters of this revelation, I invite you to formally join our community of seekers by subscribing to the Cosmic Wisdom channel. It is a simple act of affirming your commitment to your own spiritual evolution and to anchor your power for the journey ahead. I want you to make a declaration. Go to the comments section right now and type these words with intention. I am ready to face anyone who wants to harm me. This is not a statement of aggression. This is a declaration of your sovereignty. It is you, activating the impenetrable shield of your spirit, announcing to all realms, visible and invisible, that you are aware, you are awakened, and you are impenetrable. Now, take a slow, deep breath, and let's begin. Last night, while the physical world was shrouded in silence, a profound change occurred in the subtle realms. A vibration ran through the etheric web, and your name, Leo, was spoken. It was not a mere mention. It was a summons. It was spoken in a prayer of such power and clarity that it temporarily silenced the celestial choir and shook the very foundations of the soul. This is no random event. This call is sent by a spirit deeply connected to your spiritual lineage. It may be a guardian ancestor, a matriarch or matriarch from your bloodline who is accompanying you from the other side, or even the higher self of someone in this life who holds a piece of your heart. This prayer, my friend, is a resounding trumpet call. It pierces the dimensions like a bolt of lightning, and the universe, in all its majesty, stops to listen. But here is an important piece of information that your conscious mind has not yet received. This prayer is not simply a request for your well-being. It is an activate. It acts like a sacred key, turning a lock deep within the blueprint of your destiny, awakening a timeline and a power that you may have relegated to the realms of myth or memory. You, my mighty Leo, are now at the very heart of a transformation that is not only imminent, but already in motion. You are no stranger to these currents, are you? There are nights when the outside world is deceptively quiet, but inside you, a powerful, invisible tide is rising. I know this because I have experienced it myself. Sleep is impossible. A powerful, undeniable energy compels me to go to my altar, light the candles, spread out the ancient symbols of the tarot, and sit in deep silence. This is not a matter of idle curiosity. It is a deep knowing at the soul level, a certainty that the universe is calling your name. It is not a gentle whisper, it is a soul echo, a resonance so powerful it feels like it could freeze time. It is a cosmic law that when a prayer is spoken from a place of absolute unconditional love, the universe itself bows down and listens in reverence. And I believe with every fiber of your being that you have felt this cosmic silence, not through logic or reason, but through your physical body. It is the sudden, sharp pain in your chest. It is the unexplainable rapidity of your heart when you are at rest. It is the feeling of being watched over, of a presence in the room when you are alone. Leo, I must stress this. This is not anxiety. It is your great intuition system, the most sophisticated psychic technology in the zodiac, signaling a divine event. It is your soul's prophetic awareness that something you have long awaited, something you may no longer have allowed yourself to hope for, is now rapidly approaching. I have always believed that every soul is given a moment of awakening, a sacred interruption of the familiar dream we call everyday life. For you, that moment is no longer on the horizon. It has already arrived. You are about to receive a message, a text, a call, an unexpected encounter that will do more than disrupt your plans. It is designed to shatter the old patterns of your life and open a whole new path forward. And the most beautiful aspect of this cosmic intervention is that it is not something to be feared. You, warrior of the soul, do not need to prepare for a collision. Because what is coming is the balancing of a great cosmic scale. It is the universe handing out a long overdue reward, a karmic payment for your service, your loyalty, your perseverance. I do not offer these words as empty comfort. They are a confirmation. The universe, as an intelligent and conscious entity, never forgets. It does not forget the times you forgave when no apologies were made. It does not forget the times you stood as a pillar of strength for others, even when your own inner world was falling apart. It does not forget the times you smiled through your tears, shielding others from your pain. You have spent years, perhaps even lifetimes, serving others, a silent protector, a secret keeper, a wounded healer. And now, the universe decrees that it is time for life to begin serving. Friend, now, as we delve into the deeper layers of this message, I must ask you to call upon your innate courage. The following information is not intended to inflame your anger or fan the flames of vengeance. Your passion is a sacred fire to be used wisely. This information is intended to set you free. There is an individual in your close circle, someone you may have considered a friend, a confidant, a safe haven. Yet the energetic signature this person is emitting has become contaminated. Their aura has become clouded. I must be clear, this is not because they are a fundamentally evil entity. The universe is far more complex than such simple binaries. It is because your light, your relentless drive to transform, your phoenix-like ability to not only survive the fire, but emerge from it stronger. This very essence of you has deeply disturbed an inherent insecurity within them. Your presence, Leo, acts as an unforgiving mirror of truth. In your reflection, they are forced to confront all the potential they have squandered, all the truths they have refused to face, all the comfortable boundaries they have built around themselves. You continue to evolve, to shed your skin, to transform your pain into strength, while they remain stagnant, trapped in a repetitive loop of their own making. And this discrepancy creates an energetic friction, an unconscious jealousy that manifests as a subtle drain on your life force. So the universe is asking you a question of sovereignty. Are you willing to love them from a safe and autonomous distance? Can you create a sacred and inviolable energetic boundary, a space where you can continue to be your full, radiant, authentic self without having to dim your own light to soothe their fragile ego? In my own experience, I have learned that while we are often taught that relationships require endless compromise, there comes a point where radical honesty with one's own soul becomes a non-negotiable priority. Compromising your energetic integrity to maintain an expired connection is a form of self-betrayal. You, majestic Leo, have a sacred and inalienable right to choose peace for your soul. You have the right to refuse to participate in the exhausting farce of false intimacy. You have the right to be loved with the same deep, authentic, all-encompassing light that you have freely given away. As these words reach your ears, you may feel a tightening in your solar plexus, a familiar sense of recognition. Don't suppress it. Let that feeling speak. It is your body's wisdom, your cellular memory, confirming a truth your soul has known all along. Your heart knows the way. And if a particular person or situation has come to your consciousness, I invite you to perform a small but powerful release ritual. Go to the comments section and declare one thing, a habit, an attachment, a limiting belief that you are now willing to release in order to reclaim your power. When you do this, you are not merely typing words, you are performing a spell. You are signing a new soul contract with yourself. This, my friend, is only the prelude. The symphony of your transformation has only just begun. Take a deep breath and let us continue our journey into the heart of this mystery, allowing each layer to unfold in its perfect divine timing. The deepest truths are never rushed. Have you ever experienced the distinct and disturbing feeling of being energetically targeted? It is the feeling that someone in your life, perhaps even someone who claims to love you, is interacting not with who you really are, but with a distorted image of themselves. They do not see you as you are, but as they need you to be. And any deviation from that image is met with punishment or subtle manipulation. This is a particularly dangerous form of psychic violence, and it is a pain that a deep and faithful soul like you knows all too well. It may be happening in a romantic relationship, a family dynamic, or a long-standing friendship. On the surface, there may be smiles and pleasant words, but on an energetic level, you feel attacked. You leave interactions feeling drained, confused, and unseen, unable to articulate the source of the wound. It is a subtle but powerful form of soul captivity. The universe is now communicating with you with absolute clarity. It's time to face this fact. It is time to wield the sacred Leo sword of discernment and decisively cut the energetic cords that have been draining you of your power. If there is an individual in your life who consistently makes you feel small, energetically dirty, or disoriented, you have a divine command to withdraw. This does not require a confrontation or a dramatic exit. It requires an energetic withdrawal, a conscious reclaiming of your focus and power. Often, this feeling of discomfort is not a vague impression. It is your soul's emergency broadcast system. It is your spiritual intuition, your greatest gift, screaming a warning. Trust this signal absolutely. Although the other person may not have had any conscious intention of malice, the energetic contract between your two souls has irrevocably expired. Your frequencies are no longer compatible. Honoring your own feelings in the face of another's rejection is the ultimate act of self-love, and that is your primary spiritual task at this time. If you have recognized this draining energy in your life, I want you to join me in building a spiritual shield of protection. Declare it now in the comments. I cut all draining cords and activate my impenetrable light shield. By making this statement, you are programming your auric field, creating a fortress of sovereign energy that repels anything that is not aligned with your highest good. And now we have to deal with a matter of great complexity and importance. It is something that few people dare to speak about so frankly, but it is a truth that your soul has carried in silence for a long time. It involves the complex dynamics of your heart, and the revelation can be astonishing. Your heart, Leo, has been the stage for a great, silent storm. There is an individual from your past that you have not been able to fully let go of. The connection may be dormant, communication severed. To the outside world, and even to your conscious mind, it may appear that they have moved on and forgotten you. I am here, as a conduit for the universal mind, to tell you that this is an illusion. They have not forgotten you. In the deepest hours of the night, when the defenses of the ego collapse, their souls turn to you. They are haunted by the memory of you. They wonder if you still think of them, if the door to your heart is still open. They will see something that reminds them of you, an old photograph, a shared memory, a song, and be overwhelmed by a wave of longing so intense it scares them. This is because the bond between you is not ordinary. It is a bond of the sun, a soul relationship forged in the warmth of shared transformation, and it transcends the limits of time and space. But the story, as always with a soul as complex as yours, has many more layers. A second figure emerges from the shadows of your past. This is the person who has inflicted a significant wound on you, and they too have not let you go. They have watched your evolution from afar, perhaps even seeking spiritual counsel to understand what is happening. They sense your growing power. They sense that you are truly and finally beyond their reach, and they are right. You have turned the pain they caused into power. You are no longer a version of yourself that they can manipulate or control. Your transformation is a tangible force, and it sows in them a mixture of wonder and fear. But this is where the story takes its most important turn. There is a third player, a hidden hand. I see a distinct feminine energy at work in the shadows. This individual is a major player behind a breakup or major conflict in your life. She has engaged in deliberate manipulation, deception, and, I must be blunt, she may have intentionally used negative energy methods, what some call psychic attacks or black magic, in an attempt to block and stunt your growth. You may not have been aware of the details of this spiritual battle, but your soul has felt the battle. I do not share this to instill fear. I share this to illuminate the magnitude of your victory. Listen to these words, Leo. No outside force can extinguish your light unless you allow it. No manipulation, no matter how cunning. No psychic attack, no matter how vicious, can defeat a soul that knows its own sovereign power. And you, Leo, are a warrior of light, a king or queen whose heart is as radiant as the sun, forged in the very fire of self-expression. You are divinely protected by a legion of ancestors and guides who stand like sentinels around you. This shadow figure has sought to block your flow of prosperity. She has attempted to sabotage your progress, to keep you locked in a cycle of struggle. But she has failed, completely. And now, the immutable law of the universe, the law of cause and effect, is carrying out its perfect justice. Every ounce of negative energy sent your way is now returning to its source, amplified. What was born out of ego and jealousy inevitably becomes a prison for its creator. And you, who have been operating from a place of integrity and truth, are being lifted up. Now listen with all your being. Open all your spiritual centers to receive this. What is coming next is a major turning point in your life journey. Have you felt as though unseen forces have been deliberately holding you back from your destiny? If this message resonates as your truth, I urge you to share it, because when you act as a conduit for the light, your own light will become exponentially brighter. For a considerable time, Leo, a doorway to your career, finances, and life purpose has been energetically blocked. This is not a reflection on your values or your drive. No other sign possesses more drive or determination. This blockage is a direct result of a deliberate campaign of jealousy and fear from others, designed to suppress your innate strengths. You have poured your heart and soul into your endeavors, lived with unwavering integrity, and yet the rewards have not reflected your great efforts. This is not a cosmic oversight, but I am here to announce that those invisible chains are now breaking. They are crumbling to dust before the rising sun of your power. The truth, my friend, is that a light as bright as yours cannot be hidden forever. And your light, warm, creative, inspiring, is beginning to radiate from within you with an intensity that can no longer be ignored or contained. The moment you make the unwavering decision to fully express your immense value, the universe must, by law, recalibrate to your frequency. In the coming days and weeks, as you act with this newfound confidence and sovereign power, you will encounter opportunities that you previously believed were impossible. A door that you thought was permanently sealed will suddenly swing open, a clear and undeniable sign from the universe that your time of trial is over. Your time to win is now. I can sense a tectonic shift beginning in your life. This may manifest as a physical move to a new home or city that is more aligned with your soul. It may be a revolutionary change in your career, an unexpected promotion, the success of a passion project, or the courage to finally launch your own business. Or it may be a complete and total rebirth of your self-concept. Whatever form it takes, understand that this is more than a series of external events. This is a migration on a soul level, because destiny is calling you to demand a consecrated space in which to grow. This means you may be divinely guided to leave an environment that has become energetically toxic. You may be called to let go of people, habits, or routines that no longer resonate with the powerful person you are becoming. The soul, in its infinite wisdom, always knows when it is time to transform. It begins to feel suffocated in the very places that once felt comfortable. It begins to feel deeply lonely in relationships that once felt intimate. This is not a sign of failure, Leo. It is the ultimate proof of your growth and evolution. Can you feel it? That deep, primal yearning for a new reality. That yearning to live authentically, to breathe freely, to be your fiercely, passionately, unapologetic self, free from the weight of other people's judgments and expectations. That's your soul roaring. It's reclaiming its throne. I want you to pause for a moment. Close your eyes and ask your soul these profound questions. What am I finally ready to let go of to welcome my glorious destiny? Who in my life is asking me to shrink in order to survive? What relationships are draining me of my power instead of amplifying it? There are no wrong answers here, but radical honesty with yourself, even when it hurts, is the key to your liberation. And you, Leo, are a master of truth. Maybe you've convinced yourself and the world that you've forgotten someone from your past. But if their ghost still lingers in the halls of your heart, if a question still hangs unanswered in the air between you, then that chapter hasn't been completely closed. And you know what? That's okay. You're not weak for feeling so deeply. You're simply learning to close the door with reverence, not by denying the connection. To understand the sacred lessons that pain is meant to teach. Those lessons aren't meant to be repeated. They're meant to teach you how to guard your heart with the wisdom of a seasoned warrior. Today's cards confirm that the same interfering feminine energy has been trying to poison your romantic relationships. This is someone who, working through a third party, whispers fears and doubts into the ear of your loved one, trying to dim the powerful light between you. And you've felt the effects: inexplicable coldness, sudden distance. But I have great news. Truth is the most powerful force in the universe, and its victory is inevitable. The person with whom your heart is connected is beginning to awaken from the spell. They are beginning to recognize the stark contrast between the deep peace they experience with you and the inner turmoil they feel, and they will seek you out. It may be a timid, awkward attempt at contact, but it will be driven by a soul desperate to find its way home to you. However, you are now in a position of ultimate power. You are the one who chooses, and not everyone who returns is worthy of re-entering your sacred realm. Remember that, Leo. Your time in the crucible of your own healing was not in vain. It was a sacred investiture. You rebuilt your inner temple, turned your wounds into wisdom, and learned to love yourself with a fierce, unconditional devotion. You have suffered great loss, but you have never lost faith in the transformative power of a true, deep soul connection. This is your superpower. I have always believed that only a heart that has been broken is capable of loving with a reality-changing depth. This time, you will love from a place of wholeness, not lack. If this entire story feels as if it was copied from your own soul's Akashic records, I'd like you to make this final, powerful statement in the comments section. I, Leo, am the architect of my reality. I release all that is not in alignment with my highest destiny. If you believe, deep down in your bones, that you are stepping into the most powerful version of yourself, then I invite you to like this video, share it as a beacon to other souls, and subscribe to Cosmic Wisdom. This isn't for me, this is for you. It's a signal to the universe that you are ready, willing, and able to receive the blessings that are pouring in your direction. Some reunions, my dear Leo, are not designed to replay the past. They are designed to give you the opportunity to stand in your current power, strong, clear, and self-possessed, and choose again, but from a place of complete wholeness. You no longer need external approval to know your worth. You have finally realized that the only validation that matters is the unwavering validation of your own soul. And that, dear Leo, is your greatest victory. Not the return of others, but your glorious return to yourself. At the same time, I see a new energy on the horizon. A new soul is approaching. They are not coming to fill a void, because you are already whole. They are coming to walk alongside you, an autonomous companion. This is an individual who is not threatened by your intensity. They are drawn to it. They are not afraid of your depths. They want to explore them with you. They will not ask you to change. They will love every aspect of who you are. And the miracle is, you are finally ready to receive this kind of love. After a long and arduous journey, you are beginning a chapter of love that heals, expands, and honors your power. But to receive it, you must make the final act of the phoenix. You must let the old world burn. Let go of beautiful memories that have become beautiful cages. Let go of relationships that were once close but have become cold and confining. Let go of spaces that are now too small for your expanding soul. I know that letting go is a form of death, but for you, Leo, death is simply a doorway to rebirth. Every time you choose to let go, you choose yourself. You were not born to live a life of quiet desperation. You did not incarnate simply to survive. You came here to command, to create, to transform, and to leave a legacy of truth and authenticity. If you are still with me, know that a new reality is crystallizing before your eyes. This is not an empty promise. It is a decree at the soul level. You have journeyed through the underworld long enough. It is time to ascend. If at any time during this transmission your heart has thumped, if you have felt a shiver run down your spine, it is your soul whispering, confirming this truth. You no longer need to fear. Something glorious is coming, and this time it is here to stay. Are you ready to receive it? If every cell in your body is vibrating with a resounding yes, then write this final affirmation in the comments section. I, Leo, am ready to take command of my destiny and receive the love I truly deserve. If you feel like you have been awakened, don't leave just yet. This final piece of wisdom is what will anchor this transformation into your reality. If you feel strong enough, healed enough, and courageous enough to step into this new paradigm, then like, share, and subscribe to send that final signal to the universe. A signal that says, I am ready to live in full accordance with my sovereign power. My dear Leo, if you are still here, it is because you are a master soul. You are one of those who have walked through the darkest nights and never lost faith in the dawn. The universe has been your witness. It has seen the moments when you fell silent, the tears you cried that no one else saw, the burdens you carried for others without complaint. Every time your soul cried out, I cannot take this anymore, a legion of your ancestors and guides laid hands on you and whispered, hold on, warrior, your time is coming. And now, you don't just see the light. You has become light. A quiet but irreversible rebirth is taking place within you. The peace you thought was lost forever is returning to your heart. Your inner voice is no longer a whisper. It is a clear, authoritative prophecy. The old cracks in your foundation are not signs of decay. They are conduits through which your golden light now shines, a testament to your resilience and your power to transform all things. Remember, the most glorious chapter of your epic story is not yet behind you. It is just beginning. I want to hear from you. What part of this message has touched your soul the most? Your journey is an inspiration to us all. Thank you for allowing me to be a conduit for this universal wisdom. May you always have the courage to let go of what is no longer yours and the grace to receive the glorious prosperity and love that is now, at last, your destiny.